Good morning, YouTube or BookTube. This is Johnny. I made a video last night. And it is another. It is here in West Michigan. It is 9:06 in the morning. It is January the 22nd. It's a Friday morning. I was going to make a video tomorrow. I'd like to make videos not right after another, but I want to get some books down into the lower level where our library is, or all the books are, and I want to get these out of the living room and just get them out of the way. I mentioned last night in my video on the life of Jesus Christ in pre-modern exegesis, medieval mysticism, that I had gone to thrift stores just around where we live. There's Bibles for Mexico, there's Action House, which provides food and clothing and household goods for the poor, and then there's Goodwill. And I went to those this week and I found some books, and also we went to Ditto's, which raises money for different Christian ministries here in Holland. So I just thought I'd show these books. First of all, I can't remember where I found this. I found this at Ditto's. This is by Roy Jacobson, The Unseen. It's a novel, shortlisted for the Man Booker International Prize 2017. He's a Norwegian writer, so this was translated from the Norwegian by Don Barnett and Don Shaw. I found this at Ditto's. It's supposed to be like a trilogy. So it looked kind of interesting. The Unseen. And then I found this short stories by Jonathan Lethem. Lucky Allen and Other Stories by Jonathan Lethem. There's a picture of him. I have this already in our library, so I'll give this one away. I wasn't sure if I had it. And then I found this at Heartside Center, which is the Holland Rescue Mission thrift store. Is it Sirio? No. Cicero, The Life and Times of Rome's Greatest Politician. Cicero by Anthony Everett. It's a biography. And so I found that. Then I have this already in our library. As you all know, T.C. Boyle is one of my favorite writers. I got this from Ditto's, The Human Fly, and Other Stories. I already had this, so I'll give this away. I also found this at Ditto. This is C.J. Sansom, Dominion. I have a novel of his, Winter in Madrid, by him. He is the author of the acclaimed series of historical thrillers, featuring Matthew Sharlake, Dissolution, Dark Fire, Sovereign, Revelation, Heartstone, and recently Lamentations, as well as #1 international bestseller, Winter in Madrid. He lives in Suffolk, England. So I found a novel of his. And then I found this biography, Wings of Madness, Alberto Santos Dumont and the Invention of Flight by Paul Hoffman. Says here, October 1901, thousands of people turned out to watch Alberto Santos Dumont attempt to circle the spire of the Eiffel, was it Eiffel Tower? Eiffel? Can't pronounce it. I can't remember how to pronounce it. And it, innovative flying machine. When Saint-Amand made it around the tower, he became the toast of Paris. Jules Verne and H.G. Wells sent him congratulatory telegrams, but what started in the glory would end in a descent into madness and despair. The Eiffel Tower. And then I found at Goodwill Cogs and the Wheel, the Formation of Soviet Man. This is on Russian history. This was published a while back, 1988, but it looked kind of interesting. It goes back to the Bolshevik. It goes into Lenin and Stalin and how it formation of the Soviet man. I know, it looked kind of interesting. It was only like $1. Then I found this novel at Goodwill, Bread Givers by Anzia. I can't even pronounce the name. But when I cataloged this in my library thing, 3,000 people had it. It says here it took place. Sarah Shemlansky, the youngest daughter of an Orthodox rabbi, watches as her father marries off her sisters to men they don't love. It says in the Torah, only through a man has a woman an existence, he proclaims. But Sarah rejects this conception of Jewish womanhood. She wants to live for herself and to marry for love. Set during the 1920s in New York, Lower East Side, the story of Sarah's struggle toward independence and self-fulfillment through education, work, and love is universal, with the passion and intensity through all can share. Then I picked up this Buddhist Handbook, Complete Guide to Buddhist Schools, Teaching, Practice, and History by John Snelling. I'm not a Buddhist, but I don't have any kind of book like this in our library, so I bought it because I come across Buddhism all the time. Also, I'm not really into watching movies or film, but I found this at Goodwill, The Liveliest, A Panoramic History of the Movies by Arthur Knight. I don't know. This could be a good reference book about the movies, the silent movies, and I don't know, look kind of interesting. And then I picked up at Bibles to Mexico yesterday, Websterisms, a collection of words and definitions set forth by the founding father of American English. It's based on Noah Webster's dictionary. And just look at it, I like books on words. This is compiled by author Schulman, introduction by Jill Lepore. This is a literary criticism I picked up at Goodwill, the comic in theory and practice, edited by John J. Enck. Enck edited it. It's just a bunch of essays on the comic and comedy, and it's kind of like literary, like it has the essence of laughter by Charles Baudelaire. It has in here an essay by William Hazlitt, Oliver Goldsmith, Sigmund Freud, just all about comics and comedy. Frank Sullivan, Jonathan Swift. It just looked kind of interesting. This is a novel by an Argentinian writer, My Father's Ghost is Climbing in the Rain by Patricio Pron. This is translated out of Spanish by Marie Faye Lethem. Got this at Action House. These are 2 volumes of short stories by Colm Toibin. He's an Irish writer, and I have these in paperback. Now I have 2 hardback. Mothers and Sons Stories by Colm Toibin, and The Empty Family Stories by him. And I have these in paperback, so now I have hardbacks of them. I also bought this at Bibles from Mexico, but by John Lanchester. I had this already. I wasn't sure, but I bought it. The Fragrant Harbor. So now I collect his writings. I read a novel of his a couple of years ago. Really enjoyed it. And then I bought at Bibles from Mexico, The Damnable Question, A History of Anglo-Irish Relations by George Dangerfield. I have his nonfiction book, The Era of Good Feelings. I think it's on England before the Second World War, something like that. But so I don't have any books looking at the Anglo-Irish relations, and so it looked kind of interesting. Then lastly, I found a set of, this is a multi-volume biography on Thomas Jefferson. First I'm going to show you the set I had already that was left by our son Josiah. When our son Josiah was in college, at Calvin College, he lived right across the street from a used bookstore there in East Town in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And he bought a lot of books, paperbacks. He bought a lot of books. And he left when he moved away. He bought this multi-volume history biography on Thomas Jefferson. This is the second term, and see, just old paperbacks. This is one is Jefferson and the Rights of Man by Damas Malone, and Jefferson and the Ordeal of Liberty. These are all paperbacks, really beat up. So you look at them. Jefferson the Virginian, the Sage of Monticello. So you look at these, there's a really beat up old paperbacks. And when I was at Goodwill, I found this set, the same set. In hardback. I found the same set. I got this for, I think $6. These are all in hardback of the same, perfect condition. Jefferson the Virginian. This is, it says here, 6 volume, Jefferson by Malone. This cost $90, the people who bought these. I got them for, this is $3, $6, $9 I got these. And the person who bought this paid $90. This is the Jefferson the Virginian by Damas Malone. This is volume 1. And then you have Jefferson the Rights of Man by Damas Malone. This is volume 2. And then you have Jefferson and the President, which is his first, what volume is this one? Volume 4, first term, 1801 to 1805. the second term with Jefferson the president. This is volume Volume 5 in the series. Then you have Jefferson, The Ordeal of Liberty. These are all in perfect condition. They're not marked up. They're not written in. They're just in perfect condition. And this one is volume 3. And then the last volume, Jefferson in His Time, the Sage of Monticello, is volume 6. So I got all these for $9, perfect condition. So that was really a find. I collect presidential biographies, and this is one of the classics. So I got all this for $9. So that was a find. You never know what you're going to find at thrift stores. Goodwill, Salvation Army. Here in Holland we have Dittos, and we have Action House, Bibles for Mexico. We have Holland Rescue Mission, has 2 thrift stores. There is the Eagle's Nest. There's just all kinds of thrift stores. And I find, you never know what you're going to find. So that's what those are the thrift store haul. I want to get those down the lower level. Get them out of the living room. And yeah. So that's why I'm making a video this morning. I'm writing in my diary. I'm on page 78 for the year 2021. Reading the Bible on the life of Christ. This I'm reading this morning for morning devotions. I got an email, the second volume is coming tomorrow, so that'll be kind of exciting. So I'm reading this morning. So I'll sign off. Thank you for watching this video. I noticed that my videos I just don't like making a lot of them, but I wanted to get these down the lower level so I can get them out of the living room. I don't like things stacking around me because they overwhelm my brain. So yeah, it is now 9:23 in the morning here in West Michigan. It is snowing on a Friday. I don't have anything planned today. I just plan to write in my diary, watch booktube videos, read. My wife went to do errands this morning. She went to the dentist to get her teeth cleaned, and just ordinary existence, just flowing on the death flow, drifting. My wife and I, we were talking this morning about boredom, and I have never been bored, and the reason why I told my wife was talking about people on Facebook are saying, I'm bored. And my wife says, she's never been bored. And it's same with me. I'm never bored, because I told my wife, the reason why I'm never bored is because I'm living right now. This is all there is right now. And there is nothing else for me is right now. And right now, I'm in the presence of God. Right now, I'm seeking to be in communion and fellowship with the risen Christ. Right now, I want to live according to the Word of God. Right now, I want to be in love with Jesus Christ. Right now, I want to be holy. Right now, I want to be ready to die and face the judgment seat. Right now, I want to forsake sin. Right now, I don't want to be in this world, but I want to be in the world to come. Right now, I want to be deeply in love with the triune God. I mean, that's what, how does boredom fit into all that? I don't know. So anyway, you explain to me what boredom is. If you ever get bored, why are you bored? There's too much going on, not only in the world and the inner self, but within the persons of the Godhead. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a good weekend. Hope that you're all well. And until next time, bye.